Hello everyone and welcome to the top 20 worst fandoms, groups on the internet. Please make sure to share, comment, like and share because I want views. Let's start. Number 20. Call of Duty fans. Go to a Call of Duty Facebook page, read the comments, and then prepare a mass funeral for all the brain cells you lose. I more or less still follow the series, and occasionally know some good fans. But more or less they can't tell when a game is good and when it's basically a playable Michael Bay film. In fact, many don't even touch the story and are actually proud of that. Now that wouldn't be so bad if the reason was because recent stories have been so bad, not including Advanced Warfare because I haven't played it yet, but I think they just don't care to begin with. And they call themselves fans. Then there's the casual Call of Duty players calling the Call of Duty players that play more often nerds, something I don't think real gamers would take so kindly. And when they do complain, it's usually about campers or about weapons that do their job too effectively. Number 19. Internet tough guys. You know that one guy who threatened to show up at your house and kick your ass? Yeah, that guy. Number 18. Donald Trump fans. If that man becomes president, I'm out of here. Number 17. Brothers PewDiePie. When you attack PewDiePie they always say don't like it, don't watch it. When you need to watch it to have an opinion on it. Dumbass. Number 16. Frozen fans. Dear Frozen fans, please stop singing Let It Go. My ears will forever bleed because of you. Number 15. YouTube commenters. Anyone who frequently visits YouTube will know that the comments are idiotic, asinine, nonsensical, and just downright retarded. Number 14. Steven Universe. Why are guys such as Brunies and Fanimatronics so high up? Sure, they're kinda pervy or a bit forceful, but I've never seen them voice out death threats. Just about every fandom is going to have porn. They don't really insult art and the haters are so much worse. Steven Universe on the other hand, has one of the worst fandoms I've ever seen. The fans are so rabid when there's even a slight mistake in what may be a very good piece of art, they go all ape and want the person who drew it to die just because the picture isn't 100% accurate. It's hard to draw someone really chunky or really skinny, it's hard to get the color just right, and of course there's going to be mistakes, we're all human. And don't get me started on how unaccepting they are of other people's characters. Porn and Mary Sues aren't really that cool either, but you'll find they're in just about every fandom and it's just a bit more of a lustful picture or a merely annoying OC that we can just move on. Brunies and Fanimatronics can do that. Attacking someone for their art over a simple little mistake on the other hand, crosses the line. Criticism is one thing, but mindlessly bashing art and sending death threats is just childish and evil behavior. It can really hurt the person who drew the picture and they can commit suicide after all those mean comments. The SU fandom isn't just rabid, it's cancerous. Number 13. Hetalia, Axis Power fans. Now, let me admit that I'm a huge fan of Hetalia. However, the fanbase is beyond god-awful and it makes me sick to my stomach. The weebs in this fandom aren't even comparable to the Narutods because they're so rabid. They make normal fans of the show seem like yaoi shipping weebs. There are shipping wars everywhere over yaoi that isn't even real. It seems like if you don't ship something that a ton of people ship, people hate you. I once admitted that I hated Yuzuki, the most popular ship in the fandom, and that I hated yaoi. The result? I got death threats from rabid shippers telling me to shoot myself, jump off a building, and drink bleach. They also bash on the girl characters because they get in the way of their ships, which again, aren't real. A notable example is Seychelles. Hetalia's creator, Himaruya Hidekazu, admitted that he thinks that she's very pretty. The fandom thought that by saying this, he was making her a Mary Sue, and they began to hate on her. They've convinced themselves that she's out to destroy their yaoi ships. She is one of the most hated characters in the show now, all because of people thinking that she'll destroy their ships. Ugh. The situation with ships in this fandom is so bad that it makes the show seem like a yaoi anime when it isn't. Some of the fans are so disrespectful, as well. I've read stuff on DeviantArt and some weeb said that she thought that Nazis were kawaii because of Germany in the show. Cosplayers also drag flags on the ground, which is basically disrespecting soldiers who fought for each country. There are a ton of really poorly made state and city OCs as well. And people do have huge sub versus stub fights. Now, I know those are unavoidable in most anime fandoms, but it's huge in the Hetalia fandom. This may shock some who aren't familiar to the fandom, but the dub is more popular than the sub for Hetalia. I personally love both, but I admit that I like the dub a bit better. However, if you like the sub, people will tell you to kill yourself. It's almost like you can't have an opinion in this fandom. Hetalia is such a funny and creative show, but the weebs are ruining it and driving possible fans away from it. And to the Hetaboos, chill out, or, better yet, get out of the fandom. Number 12. Furries. Before I go into this, I just want to say, I myself am a furry. I know for a fact that what atrocious and repulsive actions that come out of the fandom is just the freakishly obsessed 5% part of any fandom, but there they are so violent and active that they are what all people focus on, so the other 95% that isn't sick and disturbing goes into hiding. And when one reveals themselves by just simply having a fur as a profile icon, everyone on that forum, or blog, page, etc., immediately jumps on that person and gives them nothing and accuses them for so many things, just for having a fur as an icon. It doesn't matter if they're talking about the subject at hand, they still mercilessly bash on them endlessly until said person kills themselves. It wouldn't be so bad of a fanbase if its dark section of members weren't so violent and huge that people would just focus on them instead of the rest of it. All of the stuff I mentioned above, by the way, as an example of what happens when a furry reveals themselves, is true. I have to deal with it every single time I post something or comment on video, even when the comment is on topic. Number 11. Minecraft fans. I like Minecraft. But I'm not obsessed, and I don't go hating on other, similar, games. But don't even get me started on Skydar's Minecraft. Yeah, he's alright, but all you hear from his fans is budda 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 budda. Squids are evil, so kill them with budda budda budda. Number 10. Directioners. They're all 10-14-year-old keyboard warriors who are prepared to defend and justify everything their idols do. They are free to do that, but many of them go to the extreme while doing so, sending death threats and hateful comments to ruin other people. They have to realize that One Direction is not the best. For every award they have lost out to, the artist that won deserves the recognition and not hateful comments just because your boys lost, and for every scandal that they have, like the ones where they made fun of their overweight fans. It wasn't a joke but a cruel and harsh criticism that should not be labeled as funny just because it's your boys who said it. Number 9. PewDiePie fans. This fandom should be number 1. They attack everyone who criticizes PewDiePie. Even if the criticism is as small as a grain of sand or you are defending him, you will still get bashed on. The bro army is worse than the Bilbers and Directioners combined. Number 8. 90s kids. I am a 90s kid myself, and I'm just here to point out that every single decade has its pros and cons, things you like and things you dislike. Not just the 90s or the 21st century. Number 7. Feminists. It really depends. I'm a girl, and I feel that feminism is equality. Not yelling your head off that girls are better than boys and boys aren't treating girls like they matter. I'll admit, some guys are like that. But some girls are like that too. And when it comes to competition, some girls are better than guys. Some guys are better than girls. We're all people. Number 6. Bilbers. How are believers not number 1? They're mostly a group of teenage girls that will defend Justin with their lives. If you ask them why they like him, they'll tell you because he's hot. Even if you tell them he's done bad things, they'll say something like, oh, he's Justin Bieber so he can do anything he wants. A lot of them will literally worship him. One of them started a massive argument on a YouTube comment section and when told that JB has even spat on his fans, yes it was a he, says, and JB's saliva is delicious. They're all mentally retarded if you ask me. Even directioners are better than them. Number 5. Sonic fans. How is this not higher? While a lot of bronies do have their strange moments, literally nothing can beat Sonic. For the most part Boniocs are fine at least. Literally the only real problem with the fanbase is they shove it down people's throats and the porn. The Sonic fanbase is literally full of Mary Sue's, overly perfect characters who have no connection to the universe whatsoever. There is so many. There is literally a game entitled Your Name the Hedgehog. In other words, if you search your name and then the hedgehog, you are guaranteed terrible results. Almost every fan piece is terrible. The art is never good either. And while most fandoms can be happy with something, they always find something to complain about. People have literally made thesis papers on the problems of Sonic's eye color changing from black to green. I wish that was a joke. They cannot settle on anything. Worst of all is how heavy the fetishes are. Granted, there are other fanbases that have things get sexual. But at least the others aren't literally covered in stuff like inflation fetishes and vor. No, really, it's so common it's disturbing. Plus most of the fan art isn't even of the main characters. Most people don't care about the games. It's just my totally incredible fan character. Seriously, there's a reason Sega tries something different so often. It's because of these psychos. Number 4. Weboos. Obsessing over anime and hating on Western cartoons just because they are not anime. No matter where you look, 90% of fan art for Western cartoons is drawn in a dull generic bishy style. And why do they think hating anime is racist? A style of animation is not a race. Number 3. Anti-fans/haters. These people are the most insecure people on the internet. If they see a profile picture of a pony, they will flip out even when they have done nothing wrong to them. While there are bronies that force the show down people's throats, these people force their hatred down their throats without any good reasons on why they hate it. They seem to think that the internet has a perfect place before they arrived, even though it was always terrible. Number 2. Bronies. I honestly don't hate bronies, I just wish they stop shoving My Little Pony into everyone's faces. Number 1. Five Nights at Freddy's fans. The games are good, but the fanbase is the most annoying thing ever. Well, most of it. There will always be exceptions, clearly. They're pretty much ruining the games for me. Plaguing the internet with everything Five Nights at Freddy's related. Cringe-worthy fan art and theories for a video game. That's all they ever talk about. A video game. They care more about 4 fictional kids that were murdered in a video game than anything else in the real world. Foxy isn't a good guy or a bad guy because he's not real. He's a character in a video game. They will never be anything more than that. No matter what website you go to, if people are able to chat with each other over the internet, you will find 2 or more people sending each other death threats because of an argument that started with this stupid theory. I promise you. Apparently liking Five Nights at Freddy's is something to brag about everywhere you go to if you want to be cool. Play it on your phone in the school bus if you want everyone crowding around you saying, "Can I try after you?" I played FNAF before it was popular. No, don't do that. He's right, close the door. Foxy's a girl. No, he's not, he is a boy. threads, chat boxes, you name it. Five Nights at Freddy's will be the spamming everything up. That's the official top 10 worst fandoms groups on the internet. If you don't like it, you should kill yourself. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and share so I can get more views.